How's it going, Charles Botenston? I just came out with a video that really triggered an amazing thought that someone else came out with many years ago, and it's one of those things that I just continuously sat on for years. And I was like, oh, I kind of understand this, I kind of don't understand it, but he said, your life is literally a compilation of choices. And to an extent, you believe it. You're like, obviously, I choose, how I spend my time most of the time. Other times, other people tell me what to do, the activities or the events or the school where I live, blah, blah, blah. You know what? It literally, this Navy SEAL named, I think his name is Jacko, came out with a book called Extreme Ownership. And it's literally taking ownership for everything. For everything. Other people's problems that are below you, anything, everything that happens in your life. Who also says this is Jack Canfield. I think that's where I first got this. Jack Canfield, he came out with the Chicken Soup for the Soul. He also came out with the Success Principles. So you have to understand that everything that you do is either consciously a decision, which is, should I go on this trip? Should I study today? Should I hang out with my friends? That's conscious, because you're consciously taking a question and you're consciously making a decision. And then there's unconscious. And this is where you get into problems. What do you eat? Who do you talk to? How much do you study? How much do you exercise? Who are your friends? How much money do you make? Where do you live? How often do you travel? Do you read? Those are the unconscious decisions that you make on a daily basis. I'm like literally zoomed in on this camera because it is so important. I came out with a video about filtering your life. You need to filter the choices that you make. I don't care what you say. You could say, well, it's raining. Fantastic. That doesn't mean you can't still get married or make phone calls or go to the gym. It's snowing out. Fantastic. Get out of bed, do push-ups, do sit-ups. That's exercise. Make phone calls from your house. Car broken down. Fantastic. Work from home. Work out from home. Don't eat as much. Whatever your excuse you're thinking of right now is literally, you have two things in your mind. You have the ego and you have the self. The ego wants to protect you from harm. It wants to protect you from phone calls, from fear, from failure, from dangerous situations we think is dangerous, which is like public speaking, going to a tough school, maybe doing CrossFit or something that is challenging. Maybe an audition, if you're an actor, an actress, or a dancer, or a singer, whatever. Your ego wants to protect you. That's all it does. The fear of success, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection. I want to go talk to that pretty girl. Fantastic. All right, great. Well, guess what? Your ego says no. So what do? You don't talk to her. But then there's the second one, which is the self. And the self is one of the most important things that you have to get in touch with. The self is literally when you're in flow. When you're studying, you don't hear anything. You don't see anything. When you're reading an amazing book, when you're watching an amazing movie, when you're making love, when you're in an intimate conversation, when you're having an incredible just experience, whether you're traveling or you're at the zoo or you're at a safari or something, where you literally you're just in the zone. That's yourself. That's your free. You're just free. So what does that have to do with choices? Is that when you make decisions from your ego and you consistently, and I'm not saying you're perfect, because I'm not, and I doubt anyone is, but we don't really have any danger. Like people, like our bodies are 2 million or 2 billion years old. I don't even know. Like we're really old. But we're still making decisions like it's life and death. That's what it feels. We actually feel like we're like this public experience, or going out on going to the dance floor and like dancing by yourself, or doing something crazy, or smiling, or making a joke, or a compliment, or something, is literally we get nervous thinking it's life and death. And the only reason we do that is because we haven't done it enough where your body knows this is safe. What's something that you did riding a bike, driving a car, say going out to a bar. Remember the first times you did any of that? You were maybe a little afraid, you were a little nervous. Then you're like, you did it plenty of times. It's the same thing with anything. Going to the gym, I'm becoming a cycling instructor. I'm nervous about it. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Am I going to screw up? Am I going to be too tired? Are they going to like it? Is the music going to break down? I have all these things just going through the mind. That's all the ego. The self is like, dude, you're going to be awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to exercise. You're going to be so many cool people. This is what you love to do. You're going to get your sweat on. You're going to put some great music on. That's yourself. You need to become in touch with yourself and make decisions from yourself. Make choices from the self. The self wants you to become the musician, to become the actress, to make tons of money, have an extraordinary life. So this is the biggest thing, is that you have to, and it's not going to happen overnight, but you have to make a list, a decision of your day to day. And it's 3 areas. How do I wake up? What do I do in the morning? How does my day go? And then how do I end my day? Those are the 3 areas. Start with one area and just be accountable to the decisions that you make in the morning. Just think of the dozens or the hundreds of decisions that you make in the morning. What time do you wake up? What do you do when you wake up? Do you roll over? Do you snooze? Do you turn on your phone? Do you check your email? Do you check social media? Do you get out immediately? Do you make your bed? Do you put on your gym clothes? Do you put on your work clothes? Do you go down, get coffee? Do you put sugar in there? Do you not put sugar in there? Do you put milk? Do you drive the same way? Do you put on your seatbelt the same way? Do you put on your clothes the same way? Do you shower the same way? These are all, and I'm not saying things like you just have to literally make an accountability list consistently through your life on the decisions you make, because a lot of them are unconscious and a lot of them are really screwing you up. And the reason I'm saying that is because it was the same thing for me. It was the exact same thing for me. Right now, there was a guy, I don't know if you saw in the video before, but he was sitting right there. And then he just walked inside. The ego in my mind was saying, wonder if this guy's listening to me. I wonder what I'm saying is good enough for him. I wonder if he's judging me. That's the ego. So the decision could have been, turn off the video, do another one at another time. Or the self says, listen, you're on a roll, you're kicking ass, and I just talked through it. And he walked inside. And I feel amazing. You're literally seeing it live. Like, who cares what my hair looks like? Who cares what you look like? That's where the ego comes from. What do other people think of me? Are they judging me? And then the other part of the ego is judging yourself. Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I pretty enough? Am I handsome enough? Am I wealthy enough? Do I fit into this environment? And what I'm saying interesting enough when I'm talking to this pretty girl? Do my parents want more from me? Are they excited and impressed by me? These are all choices that you make in your mind. You need to make, literally the choices that you make will dictate everything. The success, the money, the people, the girls, and everything in life is literally choices. You need to start becoming accountable to the choices that you're making, or otherwise you're going to be sitting on your deathbed and regretting your life. So, have an awesome day. That was an awesome way to end, because I don't want to regret anything in life. I'm going to make one last video about suffering, and if you haven't seen the video yesterday, please do comment below, because as I said in the video before, it really drives my creativity in my mind, because I'm learning as much as you are. I'm going through life as much as you are, and it really triggers the channel to move in the right direction. So have an awesome day. Live with passion, as Tony Robbins says, and be accountable to your choices.